going on? You got Rigg'd here with the desoldering bulb sucker. $30 at Radio Shack. I still live in a town that has a Radio Shack. I'm using this tonight. I'm having my desoldering gun looked at by a buddy of mine, Chip Masters, actually. Also does great repros. He's having to look at it for me because I think it was like in the SN-ROM video with Sweet Home. It wasn't working as well as it should, and I couldn't figure it out. So he said, well, send it to me and I'll look at it. So, dude, I appreciate that. Thank you. I was going to make a couple of games tonight, so I'm going old school with this thing. I've had people ask me, what are some great desoldering guns to use? Because they're not cheap. The one I use personally is the Hako 808. They don't even make that anymore. I've heard great things about the Hako, what is it, FR 300 or something like that, but it's like $250. It's a lot of money. However, $30 and it works. The problem is I have psoriatic arthritis in my thumb, so the pump motion, doing that with every pin, ooh, just even doing that much kills that part right there. But that's what I'm working on. So this is how you use it. If you're curious, and if you're getting into repros, I might suggest getting something like this to start out with. And then if turns out you don't really care for doing any more repros, and then that's fine. Then you only lost out on $30. Better than losing out on $250. You know, if you're just like, this isn't for me. So I started out with this for about a year. And then when I got to the point where I actually sold a couple of repros, I used that money to upgrade my supplies, my tools. So I'm using this old school. The other thing is this tip, kind of hard to see. It deteriorates so quickly. You can only do about maybe 4 or 5 games before it's recommended you get a new tip. Fortunately, new tips are only $2 each. Very replaceable, very easily obtainable. But after about 4 or 5, then the hole's too big and you don't get the full suction of the solder. And it just causes for more headaches with, you try to pop the pins out and it takes up traces of the board and your board's actually ruined. So I'm doing this a little bit here. This is actually probably my second game and I'm already kind of feeling the effects, but just like before. And you have to pump it back out every time. It's hard to get the angle here. You have to pump it out into something. I have a cardboard box, I'll show you. Right in there. You see a couple of old pins there and all the sparkly stuff. That's all the solder that was on there. Spit it back out. Whoa. Come on now. So, push down. You don't want to push up to it and then push down because then you'll get hot solder all over the back of your hand or whatever. So, push down. Go up against it. I usually give it a little bit of a wiggle like that. Let go. Pull it away. Spit it out. Just like that. And it works, again, it works well enough. Not as clean as a desoldering gun. Also not as expensive. So I think I got it all. We're going to give it a shot here. Here's the part I dread. Taking the pins out. I have this EEPROM remover. I'm going to carefully, oof. Oh, I hate that sound. Carefully, don't force it. I'm going to do this one first since it's already kind of out. So I got that side out, but then this side still looks like it's stuck and I can't quite tell. Sometimes I'll kind of bend it a little bit and I'll see what pins on the other side bend with it. So I can see like, oh, there's a couple of them that are making it stuck. Yeah, like that. So, play little musical chairs here. I wish I could zoom in on this thing. I'm just going to do a one take. I'm not going to do any edits or intro or anything. So, see if the knot's moving. This is another one here. And again, if you do this too much, it's going to break off anyway. And if it breaks off, you just have to pull the pin out with your, with like a pair of like needle nose pliers, something like that. So that should do it. If I can pull it out by hand, that's even. Oops. A couple of them broke off here. Yep. Got my pliers. I have my pliers. Where'd my pliers go? Oh, they're over there. Hold up. Look at my living room for a second, would you? Ta-da! Alright. Get rid of that one. This is probably not recommended by anyone else doing them, but you know what? It's always what I've done. And I've had pretty good success. Just like before, hold it up to the light. Oh, I'm actually glad that happened. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Sometimes when you hold it up to the light and there's one that's just missing, like you could try to suck it back up. Like there's one of them that I'm going to try it anyway. What did I put that out of the way for? You can try to suck it up, and sometimes it works. Actually, that one did work. But if it doesn't work, like it doesn't suck up, then put more solder into it and then suck that up. It's like, think of it like drinking like a real fruit milkshake, like a banana milkshake, for instance. If there's a small chunk of banana in the straw and you're trying to suck it up, it's not going to go anywhere. But if the complete banana is chugged in the straw, then you can, push it out or whatever. Before that, you're just, sucking up, nothing. Or blowing out nothing because it's still, yeah, see. This is hot enough to melt solder, so I'm just going to use this as a soldering gun. Just put a little bit more on there, just to fill up that hole. Just like so. And you can't see this, I apologize about that. Just like that. Looks full. You can do it on the other side too if you'd like. It doesn't really matter which side you do it, but just like so. Perfect. Looks great. Sometimes I like to hold it up to a light. Like if you put it at an angle, you can see all these other little mounds of solder that you can suck out on the other side while you're at it too. But again, $30. It works. Hurts my thumb after I do too many of them, so I don't do too many of them at a time. Unlike the gun, then I can just do that all night. But this, again, this is the first one I ever bought, and it's still the same one. And it still works. I just have to replace the tip after every 4 or 5 games, and the tip is in $2 each. Radio Shack, online probably. And, if you're looking at getting into it, it's a good one to start out with. So maybe give it a shot, huh? Got any questions? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see ya.